Good day, everyone, and welcome back. In the second part of this module, we're going to cover stress and rhythm, followed by intonation. And in the other half, we're going to cover thought groups and pausing. Okay, let's begin with stress and rhythm. In a sentence, we stress content words, which are noun, main verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. This is done sometimes without you even realizing. Of course, as a beginner, we must learn where to stress and where not to stress. However, once we are used to it, it happens naturally, just like riding a bike or driving a car. When you first time you learn how to ride your bike, you need to think about pedaling. You need to think about holding the handle. You need to think about braking. But after you're good, you don't even think, you just ride. So it's the same as speaking. It's a skill, and you have to think about things that you need to learn. But once you've gotten the skills, it happens naturally. Trust me. Okay? So, as I said, in a sentence, we stress content words, nouns, main verb, adjectives, and adverbs. We don't stress function words like to, the, and an. For example, I went to the market this morning. The words that are being stressed are the content words. You hear the beat? I went to the market this morning. Read again. I went to the market this morning. So that is the stress and the rhythm. You speak without stress and rhythm, you cannot give the vibe of confidence. For example, I went to the market in the morning. I went to the market in the morning. I went to the market in the morning. It's difficult for you to put life into the sentence unless you say, I went to the market in the morning. That is the stress and the rhythm, the basics of it. Sometimes when you move the stress, the meaning of the sentence will also change. Again, at this part of your learning, language learning uh, journey, this part of your language learning journey, you have to learn these things. When you are good at it, you don't even have to think, it happens naturally. Let's look at how moving the stress changes the meaning. Sentence is, I didn't say he stole the money. So let's go through. There are 5 different meanings in this particular sentence. The first one, I didn't say he stole the money. So it means I never said that. I didn't say he stole the money. Number 2, I didn't say he stole the money. Well, I might have implied, could have like, I didn't say he stole the money, but I kind of implied that he stole the money. So that's why I say, I didn't say he stole the money. Next one, I didn't say he stole the money. The stress is at he. I didn't say he stole the money. It's somebody else, not him. So that's why I say, I didn't say he stole the money. The next one, I didn't say he stole the money. He might have just borrowed the money or he just took it without telling. So I didn't say he stole the money. And finally, I didn't say he stole the money. He stole something else. He didn't steal the money. So I didn't say he stole the money. So that's where, when the stress moves of the words, the meaning changes. And I repeat, this happens naturally when you know the pattern and when you know the skill of stress in a sentence. Let's go through one more. We can study after lunch. The first one, we can study after lunch. It's not you, it's not them, but it's we. We can study after lunch. Second one, we can study after lunch. Means we can do it. Let's say you're at home on a Sunday, and then your parents say, okay, don't study before lunch. So everybody should do some family chores. So say we can study after lunch. So you tell your parents. Your parents tell you we can study after lunch, not in the morning, but after lunch. Next one, we can study after lunch. Can study after lunch. So it's not playing or not resting, but we can study after lunch. Okay. Next one, we can study after lunch. We can study after lunch. Not before, but after. We can study after lunch. And the last one, we can study after lunch. Not dinner, not breakfast. We can study after lunch. Okay? You see how the stress shifts and the meaning shifts a little bit. Now, we're going to go to intonation. Okay, so just now was stress, this is intonation. So this intonation is very basic. In fact, nowadays, sometimes when I listen to students speak, they don't get the intonation quite right. And it feels very awkward when you get intonations wrong. So the basic of intonations, statements will have falling intonation. That's reasonable. And that's reasonable. So there's a falling intonation. And when you ask questions, it's a rising intonation. And I believe this is the same in other languages too. Do you agree? Do you agree? So even in Chinese, ni hao ma, it goes up because you're asking a question. And when you're doing a polite doubt, it uses a fall and a rise. I'm not sure that's the best idea. I'm not sure that's the best idea. So it's a fall and a rise. So your voice is like a map, and rising or falling at the right time will show confidence. Okay, so next we're going to thought groups and pausing. The thought groups and pausing will divide long sentences into smaller ideas. Okay, one group has one pause. For example, in my opinion, social media can be helpful for learning. In my opinion, social media can be helpful for learning. Compare that to something without a thought group. In my opinion, social media can be helpful for learning. See, even I have problems saying it. I'll try that again without the thought group. In my opinion, social media can be helpful for learning. There's a very slight difference, but there is a difference. In my opinion, social media can be helpful for learning. That's the better one compared to, in my opinion, social media can be helpful for learning. So you need to get the rhythm right, the thought groups and the pausing. So short pauses will keep your speech clear and calm. And when you're practicing, remember I said, one day when you're good, you will do this naturally. Everything becomes natural. You don't even have to think and it sounds good. But before you get there, you have to learn the basics. So how do you learn the basics? You do marking. So you mark them with slashes and practice reading each group smoothly. So this is the practice routine. The practice routine for your thought group and pausing. Do this once a day or do this whenever you have some free time, and naturally you will gain this particular style of speaking. So here's how you practice. You write down a 12-word answer to any part 1 question. Okay, and then you underline the keywords. Those are your stress beats. And you add slashes, separate ideas, and then you read it slowly, and then you read it at normal speed. So you read it slowly because you are learning a skill, and you read it at normal speed to practice how the native speakers speak. So let's take this. Do you enjoy reading books? That's the question that we are going to use. That's a part 1 question. Do you enjoy reading books? So the answer is, this is a 12-word answer. Yes, I enjoy reading books because they teach me interesting new things. So just like what we did just now, that's what I explained just now. You have to underline the keywords, okay, and then you add the slashes. So the keywords are, yes, enjoy reading books, teach me interesting new things. Those are the keywords. And then the slash is the idea. The slash is here. This is the slash. So this is the separation between the two ideas. So first you read it slowly. So you're going to hit the ball word clearly and pause slightly after the slash. Yes, I enjoy reading books. Pause. Because they teach me interesting new things. Stop. I repeat. Yes, I enjoy reading books because they teach me interesting new things. So once you've done that slowly, then you speak naturally on a normal speed. You let the weak words, which is I, because, they, shrink naturally, and you keep the bold words, the beats strong. It's going to be, yes, I enjoy reading books because they teach me interesting new things. I repeat, yes, I enjoy reading books because they teach me interesting new things. That is how you practice your thoughts, groups, and pausing. We will go to one more. Question is, what do you usually do after school? So, keywords or the content words are after school, slash, usually play football, slash, with friends at the park. So you're going to read it slow. After school, usually play football with friends at the park. You're going to read it normally. After school, I usually play football with friends at the park. Next, do you prefer studying alone or with others? And the words are prefer studying alone, quiet, concentrate better. And the words that shrink is I, because, and I. So let's do it at a slow pace. I prefer studying alone because it's quiet and I concentrate better. Now, a normal pace. I prefer studying alone because it's quiet and I concentrate better. One more example. What's your favorite food? Content word, favorite food. Spicy noodles. Tasty. Very filling. So we're going to do it slowly. My favorite food is spicy noodles because they're tasty and very filling. Slow and then now normal. My favorite food is spicy noodles because they are tasty and very filling. So that is how you practice your group thoughts and your pausing and also the stress in a sentence. When you can do that, the examiner knows that you have been practicing the language. And when you have been practicing the language, it's just fair enough for examiners to give you the marks that you deserve. So remember, use intonation and pausing to sound natural, just like how native speakers speak.